I know that had to be devastating for you, your mom, to say, you ain't gonna make it, man. Just go
Yeah.
to school, get a degree. You ain't gotta move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh man. It killed me, man.
I'm sure.
Like when I was leaving Cincinnati. First, I told her I'm moving to Atlanta to do the music thing. She was like, "What?" She said, "What?" I said, "You the one that got me into piano lessons and tenor saxophone. I've been playing in a band.
Exactly.
Practicing piano. You setting a timer. We gotta practice." And she said, "Well, it wasn't for you to do it professionally." I said, "Then what was it for?" She said, "To keep you out of trouble and so you could learn to be around other people than your friends."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to the Indie Unplugged. I am your man, your guy, your host, Vaughan, and tonight got an amazing guest. So tonight here on the Indie Unplugged, I am joined by my guy, Martin Crosby, founder of Clockwize Entertainment, a powerhouse in sync licensing and multi-genre music production. With over 30 years in the game, Martin's music has been featured on major networks like MTV, BET Plus, Nickelodeon, CBS Sports. I mean, so much more. I mean, there's a ton. His resume, ladies and gentlemen, is a long resume, spanning everything from hip hop to soul to cinematic scoring. Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, Martin made a bold move, as most of us probably did, to move here to Atlanta to pursue his dream, overcoming real challenges, which we'll talk about, to build a thriving career. He's not just a producer. He's a composer, an engineer, a mentor, and a true creative force who continues to inspire the next generation. Martin, welcome to the Indie Unplugged.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, brother.
Good
Right.
to be here.
Give it up, baby. Give it up. Y'all know how it goes. So Martin, let's start at the very beginning, man. Like, let's talk about what pulled you into music. Was there like a moment growing up? Was there something that sparked your love for music that initiated you into this world?
It's for me. I became interested at an early age, like in elementary. My parents made me and my brothers take piano lessons. Me starting in the 3rd grade, and then I had to learn one other instrument, which for me was a tenor saxophone. And so I did that all the way through high school. But early, 4th, 5th grade, I loved it. My dad had a bunch of vinyl records. He listened to everything from Beethoven to James Brown to gospel to country. And while he was listening to that, I'm in there on the piano in another room trying to play everything. And
Right.
And I loved it, man. And then I started trying to pick out the parts in orchestral pieces, symphony pieces. And I, 5th, 6th grade, I was like, man, I didn't know that that's what I wanted to do, but I knew that I loved it. And for me, it was me being in my own space.
Right.
Because I'm not an outgoing person. I was real shy, and I like being in my own world. And that playing music, trying to create music, took me in my space.
Yeah.
At a young age. I just knew I loved it then. But when I got to junior high, I was like, I want to do this. Like, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
What happened in junior high that was like?
Well, you start listening to, I'm listening to Prince. I'm listening to, everybody. Because like I said, my dad was listening to all types of music. So, and I just love creating. So I was just like, this is what I want to do. My dad was going to work, but he loved his job. But I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
Right.
I had to do something with music. And I played in a band at school. Then I played in a band with a couple friends of mine. And man, I was like trying to pursue it then, but not knowing what lies ahead. You know, all that.
Oh man, the industry, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You know, because we as youngins, we have like the hope and dreams of being in the music industry, right? We see the stars, right? We see Prince, we see Michael Jackson, we see our heroes that we look up to, and we go, man, I want to do what they do.
Yeah.
Without knowing all
Right.
the stuff that really goes into it and all the hurdles and challenges and things that you got to deal with when you get into it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
Man, I wish we can go back and kind of just have those childhood moments, right? And say, and approach it childlike.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think that's where the purity of the enjoyment of music happens, is when we approach it, you know, from that childlike perspective. We won't care. We didn't care about, did they like this?
Right.
Does this, you know, and then you putting too much in it? No, we did what felt great. Because I wanted to be a singer when I grew up. That ain't happened. But, right, I thought I was going to be a singer, but,
yeah,
you know, and on the world stage somewhere.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
And it's funny you said that, go back to that childlike, because for me, a lot of times I have to go back there to get inspired. And for me to do that, I have to go listen to some old school records or YouTube or whatever, some old school that I grew up on, because it takes me back there mentally. And for me, that's my motivation. So if I get a brief and they're like, we need some kids' music for whatever, I may have to go for an hour and listen to Prince or Eric B. and Rakim, something that I grew up on to get me in that space mentally.
How does that get you in a space? You get a brief that says to make kids music and you listen to Microphone Fiend.
Yeah.
How does that work, right? Follow the leader. Like, how does that work? You know, paid in full.
Right. It's just mentally. Now I'm back there when I was young.
Right.
You know, back at the crib, you know, mom and pops, and it just takes me there mentally. And then I'm ready to, okay, now I can, my juices are going, now I can, you know, get in my zone. I mean, sometimes it's not time for that. Right. It's not enough time to do all that. And in those cases, I just, you know, I listen to the reference and, okay, let me jump on it.
Yeah, because them briefs be quick.
Yeah.
The turnaround on them briefs are fast, bro. Some have, you know, a small window.
Yeah.
Some of them quick turnaround.
Yeah. We need it today by 6 o'clock.
We need it today by 6 o'clock. We need 3 versions. And we're like, hold up. But I don't really do sync licensing, but I've collaborated, which got me into some of the libraries and started receiving briefs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it.
Yeah.
Like, how? Because like my homie, who you probably know, Clint Music.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I know who he is.
So he's from Ohio too.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
He's Toledo, Cincinnati.
Oh,
he's from one of the two.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not only him, London Elixir.
Yeah.
She's from Ohio too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm putting all y'all business out there, right? Telling y'all origin stories and where y'all from. But yes, they're both from Ohio.
Oh, wow.
So
I got a chance to meet Clint.
Yeah.
They had a I guess mixer down in Sandy Springs. And I went down. It was downtown, I think. But I went down there and talked with him for a minute.
Yeah. Did you go to the
Sync
Sync Spotlight?
I didn't go this year. I went last year.
Okay. I was there this year. Matthew was like, hey, because I interviewed him. He was like, hey, you should come out to Sync Spotlight. I was like, cool. So a whole bunch of people there that I knew, that I interviewed, that I knew. But yeah, Clint and London were there, but they were both from telling y'all origin thing, but they both from Ohio.
Okay. So are they both here?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They both here.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to reach out to them.
Yeah.
I see them on social media all the time, you know.
And they both right from your state.
Yeah.
I usually find that once people, then they make that connection. Hey, we from the same right? So they kind of like I know a whole bunch of people from Milwaukee that came at different times, but they're close. They're kind of like a little close knit thing because they're from the same area and they probably knew some of the same, or they really know some of the same people. So they just connected. And they're like, yeah, I know. Yes, that was my homie growing up. Like, and so they made that connection. But it's always good because there's a lot of us down here in Atlanta that are from other areas.
Right.
And then finding commonality with people that are from your area makes it makes it kind of easy to go, oh, especially doing what you do. They do the same exact thing.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. I'm gonna reach out to them.
Yeah.
Can I tell them that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let them know.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That would be cool, man. And like you said, just knowing they from Ohio.
Yeah. They both from Ohio.
Yeah.
They sure they.
Wow, man.
Yeah. But I think, well, I'll find out exactly. I think Ohio, Cincinnati or Toledo, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know they're from Ohio though.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, so I was as I was doing my research, I found out you and your mom at a point in time, y'all didn't see eye to eye with this whole music thing.
Yeah, man.
Like,
you saw? Where'd you see that?
Yeah, I don't know. I found it. I did. I found it. Right? Like, I mean, talk about that, man, because I know that had to be devastating for you, your mom, to say, you ain't gonna make it, man. Just go to school, get a degree. You ain't gotta move to Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh man. It killed me, man.
I'm sure.
Like when I was leaving Cincinnati. First, you know, I told her I'm moving to Atlanta to do the music thing. She was like, what? She said, what? I said, you the one that got me into piano lessons and tenor saxophone. I've been playing in a band.
Exactly.
You know, practicing piano, you setting a timer, you know, we gotta practice. And she said, well, it wasn't for you to do it professionally. I said, what was it for? She said, to keep you out of trouble and so you could learn to be around other people than your friends. So that was her getting us into music so we learned out. Because we did classical and pop, you know, recitals, which I hated, man. Because I don't like being in front of a bunch of people. But I'm like, you got us into this. And then she was like, you need to finish school. I didn't finish school, man. I got my girlfriend pregnant. And I was like the black sheep. And then I'm moving to Atlanta, you know, and she's like, so the day I left, I went to go, you know, tell her bye, and I talked to her. She ain't say nothing.
Yeah, she said nothing?
Nothing. Man, and on the way down here, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we was driving down here. We came to a gas station, man, and I went to the bathroom, just started crying. Because I was, she had destroyed. I was like, damn, because I felt like I was all alone then. Since my mom, pops really went down with it. I was like, you know, because me and my mom, I'm a mom.
Your mom's,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
your mom's.
yeah.
It's Mom Dukes right there. Like, how you not gonna believe in your son, who you've been grooming in this field, in these activities, musical activities.
Right.
And then when I'm saying, yeah, I'm gonna do it, you're like, yeah, nah. You need to go be a lawyer.
Yeah, you know, and you know, because back then, you know, that's what it was about. Go to school, get a degree, and get a job, have a family, nice white picket fence around it. I couldn't see myself at a desk for the, you know, I had to be creating, man. You know, and when I was in Cincinnati, there was a point when I stopped doing music. This was in my 30s. And I had lost my job. And we was just like, I was just going to the gym and drinking after the gym, hanging out with my friends. And I said, man, I ain't gonna make it here. I ain't gonna make it. You know, and there, you know, I'm looking at all the people from Cincinnati who made it. But they had to leave.
They had to leave, right?
They had to leave Cincinnati, man. And I know I'm good friends with Kale, that worked with LA and Babyface. And he told me their story about how him and LA Face left. They didn't even tell nobody. And I'm telling y'all this because I think this is out there already.
Yeah.
But he said they didn't tell the rest of the deal. They just bounced.
Yo, that's crazy. They were like, we out.
Yeah, and went to LA, and of course they made it big. But
yeah.
then I was like, because I tried to stop doing music, man, and I didn't know how I was gonna move because I had no money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take care of kids, and so I just stopped, man. But I was so bored. I don't watch a lot of TV. I was just like going to the gym, like I said, or hanging out with my boy and drinking, just kicking it, man. I didn't have a job. I was just like, but I was just so bored, man. I couldn't do anything. I was like, okay, I gotta play something, you know. And so eventually I picked it back up. That's when I decided to move down here. Like I said, I told my mom and dad, and I know they looked at me like, you are sorry.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy for sure. But man, I know that would have destroyed me, knowing that my mom was boy too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was the only child until 14.
Oh, wow.
So it was me and my mom against the world, against everything, right?
Yeah.
And then of course she met my stepdad, and then they had some babies, and then I had some brothers. But it was just me. I love y'all though. But it was just me and her against the world in everything, moving off from Maryland to Virginia and dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And then for my mom to come and say, I don't believe that you should do that. And then to not talk to me, yo, that. Dude. But there was a period of time in my own life when my mom and I didn't talk for about a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. That was tough.
Yeah, that's about
that was. Yeah, that was tough, and it was for me and her. It didn't have anything to do with music. It actually had to do with a misunderstanding, though. That was
really
the craziest thing, because my mom was a daddy's girl.
Oh, okay.
And so she thought I had said so. Long story short, we moved from St. Louis back to Virginia. We were staying with my mom because we were trying to find a place. And my mom thought I said something about my grandfather, which I would never. I looked up to that was my guy, my grandfather. And she thought I said something derogatory about my grandfather. Mother, get out of this house, you. And boy, she kicked us out.
Wow.
Me, my wife, 2 little kids, this dude here, right? He wasn't even born yet. And so him and then his younger brother came like a year. He came like a year right after that, right? And so we were homeless during that. We had no place to go.
Really?
Right? 2 little kids. So we had 2 kids. We didn't have no place to go. My wife ends up getting pregnant with this dude right here. My technical producer, right? We still homeless. And during that entire time, we said nothing to each other. Wow. I would drive past her house.
Yeah.
Because we still had a vehicle. Didn't stop, didn't say anything. That was very devastating.
Yeah.
Not to be able to speak to your moms, right? Who it was you and her against the world. And now you're not on talking terms. That's crazy. And to be somebody that close to you,
right?
And to say, nah, I don't think that's what you should do. That, man.
Yeah, it was devastating.
Yeah, because having the people closest to you to support what you do and to be a support mechanism for what you do helps you deal with a lot of stuff that you're going to face. Artists, producers, engineers, whoever you may be, deal with a lot of things. And if you have that close-knit relationship with your parents and they believe in you, man, can't nobody else tell you anything outside of that.
Yeah.
Like, because Mom Dukes and Dad, they believe in you.
Yeah. Yes. 100%, man. And it was hard.
Yeah.
And then my parents are dead too now. So when my mom died, I was just like, because even, before she died, if I was going through something, I call her, talk to her. After I'm talking to her, I feel like, okay, I can handle this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but then after she died, I'm like, damn, I don't got nobody to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I talk to God, but that's my mom. I don't have nobody to go to.
Right.
I mean, my wife is there and everything, but it's not
different.
the same.
It's a different relationship, right?
Yeah.
A different relationship when you're talking to your wife or you're talking to your mom.
Yeah.
And what you communicate to each other.
Right.
It's just different.
Right.
So, but man. So moving from Cincinnati to Atlanta, what was the hardest part? Like here, settling in, getting acclimated to Atlanta, getting ingratiated with the culture here. Like, what was that like for you back in, it was 2001, right? When you moved? So kind of what was that scene like? How did you get your bearings about you when you got here?
It took a minute, man. I thought I was a dope producer and I'm like, man, I'm about to take over. And I went through some stuff with the people I was staying with. I couldn't stay with them any longer. I had to get a place. At one point I had to move to Alabama where my girlfriend at the time was, because I had an apartment for her in my name and she wasn't paying the rent. And then, so it was a lot of BS going on, man. And I was just like, dang, man, I didn't come down here for this.
Right.
And then
exactly.
When I got my own apartment, well, I was working with a production company in Cincinnati. And then they moved down here. That's why,
okay.
Yeah, they moved down here.
Yeah.
So a year later, that's when I came.
Okay.
And then, so I'm like, okay, one of the guys, co-owners of the company kept calling me like, man, you need to come down. We got so much work and da. So I was like, all right. And so I came down, and not too long after they dissolved the company because the owners got into it. So it was that, dealing with the, living situation and all this, man. And then and what's crazy is, me and my kid's mother weren't together at the time. And we hated each other. And so when I wasn't working, I couldn't pay child support.
And when you can't pay child support, boy.
Yeah. And so I was like, I called the child support agency. And I'm just saying this to say.
It's your story, man.
And they're like, well, as long as the lady told me, as long as she doesn't trip and you keep letting us know, you'll be good.
Yep.
I was like, all right. So I knew she was going to trip. I was like, that ain't happening. But I called her, we talked, and she said, all right, well, just, send me what you can. And I was like, man, that's crazy, so that was a load off my back, So, it was that, man. And then, like I said, the company had dissolved, and just now I'm like, okay, now I got to start meeting people. And I became friends with the engineer who was at the studio. He started renting it out himself. And so he let me come in and kick it and meet people and stuff, man. And we became friends. He would give me software, So he helped me out. His name Mark. Shout out to Mark Stevens and Jay Greer. And they helped me hold it down with the music as much as I could, because I wasn't working at the time. And I would get projects every now and then. And so it was rough, man. It was rough for a while. I wasn't working, and I don't know how I paid my rent. I don't know how, it just all stuff happened. And every now and then I get money, do a session. I'll be able to, okay, I can pay this. There were times when I couldn't eat. I was eating ice, bro.
Shoot, I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling right there.
Yeah, it was like, okay, I'm gonna have a steak tonight, then I go eat some ice. That's my,
Yeah. Boy, I love. You ever seen the movie The Hook? You ever seen the movie Hook with Robin Williams? One of my favorite movies, right? So in there's a scene because he's actually. Well, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
watch
movie if you ain't ever seen Hook. But there's a scene in there where they have to imagine food being on the table, right? And if he uses his imagination enough, then the food actually would be there. And so he used it enough, and then there was actually real food. Yo, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were homeless.
Right.
And so there were times like, yo, what we eating? Hey, shoot, we about to find out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some bread. Like, and that's what I'm gonna tell y'all, for everybody who's a struggling artist that's out there, that you facing real stuff that actually happens. Yo, there's a lot of sacrifice you got to make in order for you to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue.
Yeah.
Right. Because you never know what life is going to my wife and I lost our job on the same day, bro. Same day. And I was like, yeah, I just lost my job. She was like, yo, hold up. Me too. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, she went to the job and there was a sign on the thing that was like, companies closed.
Wow.
Everybody's done. We're done. I was like, yeah.
Hey.
I was like, that's crazy. But you got to learn how to cope. You got to learn how to deal with the situation that you're in. There were many times when I made sure they ate, and I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
My wife was like, nah, you take a bit of this.
Yeah.
So you can have a little something. And I'm thankful for that we had stores that were around us that were like real cheap stores.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Maritas, Dollar General.
Yeah.
Dollar, right? Dollar General? Oh, I got $1 to get some loaf of bread? Bad. Like, we're going to eat bread sandwiches, 2 pieces of bread together with nothing in the middle. That's, hey, or some mayonnaise or something. But
Little Caesars had them pizzas for like, I think $5.99 and something like that, man. I ate off that for a week, bro.
So my guy right here, I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. So during being homeless, right? So there was a church that we went to back in Virginia, and there was a guy that was my mentor at this church. He had this job. He was like, "Hey, I know that y'all situation. I'm gonna have you come do some work for me." That we were cleaning Pizza Hut ovens.
Really?
Yeah, in Virginia, right? All up and down Virginia, Maryland. We would travel in the dead of night to these Pizza Huts in the middle of nowhere, cleaning their ovens.
Wow.
So that when they came in the next morning, they had cleaned ovens to make pizzas.
Right.
So keep in mind, we were still like in this homeless thing. And you had to test the oven out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they allowed us to make pizza. They were like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, make pizza, test the oven out. We got to make sure it works. All the components are back. Cool. I made so many pizzas. So many pizzas. Yeah. My man became addicted to pizzas. And he was unborn at the time.
Oh.
Right? So my wife was consuming all these pizzas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheese pizza. All that. So my man
came out wanting pizza. I don't want no milk.
He don't want no milk. He wants pizza. Right? Oh man, that took me back. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We survived on Little Caesars. We survived on free pizza. And I made double-decker pizzas.
Yeah.
2 things of pizza together. Like, oh yeah. Oh man. But you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, though.
Yeah. And you know, one thing, man, that I learned that, and I kept this in mind, is the only thing that's consistent is change. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't adapt, you ain't gonna make it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you can make it working for someone or you know, McDonald's, whatever. But if you want to really prosper, you know, you gotta adapt.
You gotta learn how to adapt,
and that's even in corporate America. That's anything, really.
Yeah, trust me. I still work in corporate America.
Yeah,
I was doing that today. Before
I hear you.
I had meetings up to like 5 o'clock. I had an employee of mine called me at 5 something. She was like, "Oh, hold up, I was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah,
I'm like, look, any of my staff that want to call me, call me. If you got issues, call me. If you want to work through something, call me. I will always make time for the people that report to me. 100%. Right. So one of my managers today was like, "Thank you for taking time." I'm like, "Why are you thanking me? Like, I'm going to make time for you."
Right.
And like, if you need something, I'm going to be there. Like, just schedule a meeting. Go to my calendar. My calendar's up to date. Schedule a meeting and make some time. Like, I'm cool with it, but I'm going to make sure that I'm there. I am adaptable and flexible for my staff need me to be there for them.
Right.
But that's the only thing that's really constant is
change.
Change.
Yeah.
I had a mentor that told me either you choose change or change will choose you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Man.
I'm like, what you talking about, lady? I will always look at her like, lady, what you talking about?
Yeah.
What these weird, she always had these weird little sayings. But she told me, she was like, Brian, one day, she said, either you choose change or change is going to choose you.
Yeah.
Either you learn how to adapt and to be flexible when change happens, or change is going to choose you and you're going to become obsolete.
Yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, and I don't want that. She was like, then you need to choose change and learn how to adapt
Right.
when you face all these situations that happen in life. And, you know, and of course, this is from a corporate America perspective, but still it applies in every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
So let's go back. So you were talking about making children's music, but listening to like Paid in Full by right?
Yeah.
So you said that producing cartoons for Nickelodeon was one of your hardest musical challenges. So what was different about that process? What made it difficult to create music in that space or any space? You can talk about it from that or any space, but what made it difficult to?
Well, when I first started dealing with somebody who worked at Nickelodeon, they would send me clips of the cartoon or whatever, and I'd have to score it to the cartoon, and they'd be like, "We want this scene to be kind of a Latino reggaeton, and then this next scene is going to be, you know, orchestral," and so you had to figure out how I'm gonna switch, how I'm gonna get into this like immediately. You know what I mean? And of course, coming out of working with artists and stuff, you don't have to do none of that.
You can do none of that.
And so that's it was fun, it was challenging, and it was challenging to do that, and I had to work at it, and extra hard. Cause I was like, I want this, I want this.
It's Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It's Nickelodeon right here.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a challenge, man. With the scoring to a scene or a cartoon or whatever, And it wasn't. The music had to be kind of kiddie music. So it just wasn't like you was doing a hip hop track.
Can't have no 808s.
Yeah.
For no kids.
Yeah, exactly. It had to be fun, but not corny. You know what I mean? And so depending on the scene. So I was like, dang,
right. What does that mean? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what does that mean? Fun, but not corny. How do you get that?
Yeah, you just had to do had to figure it out. I just did a project with Warner Chappell.
Okay.
I just finished it like last week. And it's called, the genre is comedic hip hop. So she wanted
you making up genre.
Yeah, I know, right? Comedic hip hop. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I sent her some stuff. She's like, nah, that's too hard, and then I sent her some more, lighter stuff. She's like, and then she told me I wanted to be this. She said I wanted to be fun, light. I think she said quirky, but not corny. I'm like, God, dog. So
how do you figure that out?
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons why I can't do singing, because I can't figure none of that stuff out. I'm like, I don't know.
But I did something that night, and I shot it to her the next day. She's like, this is perfect. And then a week later, I got a email from one of her producers saying, hey, we want you to do a comedic hip hop album. I'm like, cool. But I had to keep it light. But and then she said it's comedic hip hop, so it has to be some hip hop elements in there. But then again, it can't be anything corny. It has to be fun and light and something you hear. Comedy.
Corny is subjective.
Yeah, it is.
What does that mean?
It is
corny.
And then she said you could use these little. I guess like different chipmunk voices if you need, just little stuff in there. And I was like, all right. So at first it was challenging, but once I got in that groove and that mindset, then I was able to kick out it was like 10 songs.
That's what I don't know how you do it. That's what makes sync hard.
Yeah.
It for me, it makes it hard because there's a couple of things. This is why I don't do it. One is because I still work a day job. So there isn't any way for me to meet those quick turnaround times. It's very difficult because just at the level that I'm at and the job that I do, it's just very difficult to do that. And then to be able to read that brief and then to try to figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they give you examples of what, they're looking for and everything like that, it's just still, I'm like, okay.
And a lot of times, they don't know what they're talking. They don't know what they want.
They don't know what they want.
And man, I'm working on one now, and it's for a car commercial, and I don't know really. I done sent 3 things in. He's like, no, because he's saying one thing, but then he's giving you these references, and it's nothing like
what he's saying.
And it's like, dang, man. And I think some of these people who are doing the briefs don't know music. And I could be wrong.
It could be true.
But I think just from what they're saying, I'm like, that makes no sense. And then they give you these songs to listen to, these references, and
I need a quirky hip hop cinematic song that's light and upbeat, but with a slight of reggaeton feel to it. Yeah. And that can be used in these different ways, but not corny.
Yeah. Like, and I've heard stuff, man, that made it where mine didn't get chose. And and the stuff that they choose, it's like, it's nothing to me, is nothing what they were saying. So sometimes they don't know what they want until they hear something. They don't know, man. But there's other opportunities, man, where the turnarounds aren't quick.
True. I've seen some of those.
Yeah. You just gotta cipher through it. You said you don't do it.
I don't really do it.
Oh, okay.
I don't really do it, but
yeah.
And the only reason why I got into it because I did a song with Clint.
Oh, okay.
So
writing? Would you?
No, I actually we co-produced it together.
Okay.
And so, I'm telling you how look, because I already have a relationship with Clint. He knew me, I knew him, right? We had did a matter of fact. This is a perfect opportunity. Now that I'm thinking about it. So we did a 5-part segment called Sync Masters.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I saw the advertisement.
Yeah. Called Sync Masters, where I interviewed Clint and London and Jay Nolan and Dre Phantom and my man I Am Brahms, and they talked about sync licensing, kind of like we talk like this, and then they walked us through the song that was kind of like their most pinnacle song. And so, but I'm getting ready to do another season of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll come up there. I'll bring all the equipment to where you at.
Yeah,
right. That way you gotta try.
That'll be cool, man. Because nobody come up to see me, man.
Right, but you gotta drive 50 hours again.
I know,
right? Because
do that. I got a full studio, man.
Yeah, I bring all the lights.
I got
cameras.
Lights. Yeah,
I got lights. I got bring extra lights over there, tripods and camera equipment.
We'll make a day of it, man.
I got some cameras that you see back there.
Yeah,
those are the actual cameras that I'll be bringing and stuff like that. But I do want to shoot season 2 of Sync Masters though.
Okay.
And I'm glad we made this connection because I need more people who are in sync outside of people that I immediately know. I don't want them in season 2. They already been in season 1. But man, I would love to have you for season 2. That'll be dope.
That'll be cool
to talk about that. But now I forgot what I was gonna say about the whole, because that I remembered. I was like, oh, let me talk about the Sync Master thing. No, but we co-produced a song together.
Yeah.
And I've seen in some of the briefs, and that's how I got into the brief, because I co-produced a song with him, which gave me the ability to get into the library that he was a part of.
Right.
And so I've seen briefs like super quick, and I've seen some that are really long. And I don't know how these briefs really work. I had a because I got other friends who produce, and so we kind of had like a little group called the Syndicate. Right, it's 5 of us in this thing, and I'm kind of like the liaison guy.
Mhm.
So sometimes I'll get a brief and I'm like, boom, hey, what y'all got?
Yeah.
Right. So and you in the sync world, I don't know how this works. So I know how it works in corporate America.
Yeah.
Right. So if you tell me that a brief is due 8/1,
Mhm.
right? When do you expect me to send you that brief? I mean, to send you the music.
On 8/1.
8/1, right? I got a
Or before.
or before, but at least it's still open until
Right.
8/1.
Right.
Yeah. Assuming that's not how it works.
Well,
It's
you mean people sending it in late?
no earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you missed your chance because we already sent it in.
Oh, really?
How'd you send it in already?
Yeah, I never had that.
Because you told me I had until this day. Well, you shouldn't have sent it in late. I didn't send it in late.
What?
The date is still
Yeah, that's
8/1.
crazy. That's crazy.
So how am I late in sending music in when the deadline to submit is 8/1?
Yeah, that they was trying to.
You should have submitted earlier because we already had a bunch of submissions. So you should have submitted.
Nah, that's wrong, man.
I was like,
You can't tell somebody
nah.
and then be like, you know. And you know what? I've seen. I've never submitted briefs to this person or his company, but I've seen where he would say, "This brief is now closed because we've got more than enough submissions," and it was before the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And I would look at the email like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, we got to find out if it's the same person. I'm gonna ask you afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you after who, because it may be the same.
It might be.
May be the same individual. And I'm like, you can't do that.
Right.
Right. Because in corporate America, if I tell my employees that the deadline for this is 8/1, guess when they close the business, that's what they got and to send that to me.
Right.
Is that time frame.
Right.
And I don't understand why it was that. It was anyway.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Let's go back to talking about. I'm gonna keep it with the kids, right?
Yeah.
So there was a moment for you when you had a chance to speak to some kids, to mentor to some kids.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience, right?
You must have done your research.
Oh my God. I did. Wow.
Yeah, it was, man.
Yeah, talk about that. Talk about what that experience was like. Speaking to those, I believe it was in DC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Dang.
And how that experience went. But more specifically, how did that influence you? How did that moment impact you as a mentor in that situation?
I was surprised that she had asked me to speak to the kids because I never looked at myself as a mentor. You know, I mean, for my kids, you know, for them, yeah, but you know, I didn't know. I was surprised of the impact it had on those kids too, because they wanted me to come back. They wanted me to come back and do another one when they said, because she said, all the kids, you know, they had like 4 or 5 people speak to the kids. I was one of them. She said, well, they all loved what you talked about. And I was like, really? Like, I didn't realize I had that much of an impact, you know, because that, you know, I'm just out here doing what I love to do. And you know, I'm trying to do it the right way,
right?
You know, because you don't want to step on people's toes or do anybody wrong, man. Because I've had that done a couple times, bro. And so, and she had did her research too, and she was like, "Would you like to speak?" I was like, "Yeah," and the kids were into it, man. I was like, "Wow, this is crazy," you know. And but yeah, it made me think like, wow, people are really paying attention, especially kids.
I mean, kids are impressionable.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I could have influenced somebody to, you know, and I was like, wow.
they're like, "You're in the music industry?
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
music producer? Do you
Right.
know? Do you know Lil Wayne?" You know
Right,
Lil
right.
Wayne?
One of the kids was like, "How much money do you make?" And the teacher was trying like, no. And I said, enough to live and eat, you know. And they was like, "Well, what kind of cars you got?" I was like, "God, dog."
Right. They figure because you a music producer in the music industry, you making a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what they
Right?
assume.
Yeah.
I'm like, it ain't like that.
Not for a lot of us.
Yeah, right.
Not.
You know, it's like it's crazy because and I didn't say this to them, but the entertainment industry is an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an illusion, man. It looks all glamorous and all this and this, but at the end of the day,
It's crazy.
yes,
It's crazy out here. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Just
but
the amount of things you got to deal with.
yes,
The amount of snakes you got to deal with.
oh man,
Backstabbers.
dude,
I just did a whole video talking about because I do leadership and organizational development, and so I did a whole video on the leadership crisis in the music industry, talking about all these so-called leaders within the music industry who aren't acting like leaders in the music industry. Right. And they out here trying to be influencers and trying to be, anyway, not on this whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But kids need that.
Yeah.
Kids need to be able to see, and because in that video I talked about y'all out here trying to be these influencers and chasing the bag and doing all this, and y'all are teaching these kids that the only thing that matters in this music industry is to get in the bag.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You don't even have to create great music. You only should be focused about getting the bag, and you're leading these people wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
And I said you should be leading them instead of trying to shout on Instagram and trying to be loud in this culture and trying to. But anyway, it is. It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. It's not. And you know, but it was a great experience talking to them and just knowing how I was an impression on them, and it made me think that you know, that's why you can't have all this craziness on an Instagram page, or you know, not that I ever had.
No, but you're right.
But you can't, you know, because they watching, and they're gonna, you know, mimic that, man. Like you were saying about the bag, but it's not. I mean, you want to eat, but you know, but you don't have to. And especially nowadays, man, because they got the internet. I didn't have that.
Me either.
We didn't have that.
I ain't had no internet.
Yeah, we was when I did my first placements, man. I was putting songs on a CD and mailing it to LA. You know, it wasn't no MP3s or
That's right.
You know, and now the kids have that, and they got access to everything. Everything, man. Like, this is what you're doing here, man. Everybody can see this. You know, I mean, if you put it out there like that, or when people join your program from across the world,
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's like.
They have so much more than what we had growing up.
Yeah.
So much more. Like,
they don't even have to be able to be a musician.
No. They just got access to so much. It's crazy. But I liked how we grew up.
Yeah.
Because we had to be really super creative at all types of things. Like, and I mean just simple things, man. Like, I don't even know why I'm thinking about this, but I don't know how old you are, but I'm 50. I don't care. I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, I'm 57.
Okay. Right. You look, my man.
Appreciate it.
I need to come work out wherever you working out at, my guy. Shoot.
I just try not to stress, man.
I feel you.
You know.
I feel you. So, but back in the day, I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. Like I said, we had to be creative. Do you remember the trick to get the quarters out of the phone? The phone?
No, tell me. The phone booth?
Oh
I
man.
would have. Oh wait, nah.
So if you wanted to make, we ain't have cell phones, y'all, back in the day. We ain't had these. We had to go to the corner and use the payphone if you didn't have a landline in your house. To use the payphone that was right there. So you stick the quarter in, and then you press the. Oh, bro! You stick the quarter and you press the receiver thing really fast.
Really?
Yes.
And it will come back,
and it will come back out, and it'll still make your phone call.
What?
So you always got. Oh my gosh! I'm giving y'all the
How did y'all figure that out?
Somebody in the neighborhood figured it out. Somebody would like, and once somebody in the neighborhood figured it out, they were like, "Yo, come and look at how to do this," because they were like a genius. And you're like, "Yo, that's the genius right there," because they were always figuring crazy stuff out. But you will put the quarter in, you will hit that thing really quick, and it'll make some weird noise. The quarter come out, and you
really?
Yes. Oh my God, bro!
I had no clue, man.
But we had to be inventive, right?
Yeah.
I feel that I got into the music industry because, or loved music, one, because it was my way of escaping the craziness that was happening around me.
Yeah.
People know I've told the story. My mom was on drugs, and music was how I dealt with that situation. But I had a cousin who was also into music, and we had this thing that I don't know if he invented it, but we had this thing called pre-taping. That's what he coined it as, pre-taping. Right? It's where he had two. Did you have a dual? We had dual Radio Raheem, the
cassette
decks.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm trying to find one. So he would record something on one, rewind it back on the other. Cause you could do the record thing. Y'all don't know if y'all know that, but on tapes, there was a way to record, and he would record on it and then rewind it back and rewind this back and record over again. So it would make it like a, hey, what you, and he,
really?
Yeah, he was killing it. And I was like,
wow,
yo, you a genius, my guy. Like, I want to learn how to do this. So he taught me how to do it when I was a youngin'. But we had to be real creative.
Yeah.
We didn't have all the tools that they got today. Yeah, they have it really.
They got it easy.
It's super easy.
Yeah.
The issue is learning how to take advantage of it. And how to maximize it and how to actually use it appropriately for their music career.
Right.
They ain't got to struggle as much.
Nah. Not at all.
Man. Not at all.
Back then, it was, like you said, you had to be innovative. You had to come up with stuff, man, and you had to work.
You had to work. You had to do it. So, man, that was crazy. That the whole how to get the quarterback out there. I was like,
I didn't know that, man.
I was like, oh, you a genius, bro.
Because I was using that phone booth, bro.
Yeah. And you can always get the quarterback.
Yeah.
If you do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Somebody figured it out. And you can use that quarter to always make a phone call. They'll spit it back out. Yeah, it was good. And you didn't have to put no more money back in there. No,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dang. Oh, man. I don't know who you were back in the neighborhood, but you were a genius, my God. I kid you not. So let's talk about Clockwize.
Yeah.
And how you started Clockwize Entertainment from that perspective. So what was it like for you starting that company? What were some of the things that you faced, especially dealing with maybe some of the larger production libraries and sync companies and things like that? How did you kind of deal with that in the formulation of your own entity?
Well, when I created Clockwize Entertainment, it was when I started making some money, because I realized that when you're making money, with a business, or if you don't have a business, it's hard to have a bunch of write-offs. And if you don't have them write-offs, Uncle Sam is taking that. So I had before I started the company. Well, right when I started the company, like I said, I didn't know about writers or nothing. So I started the company. I said, okay, I'm making a little cheese, so I need to start a company. Started a company, Clockwize Entertainment. And when I did my taxes, well, I had bought a truck under my company name. And when my tax guy was doing the taxes, he said, man, that truck saved you. Because I didn't have no more write-offs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I could have wrote off my computer and all this other stuff for a percentage of my cell phone bill.
Right.
You know, and actually that's when I got a tax guy. And then he said that truck saved you. Because I would have owed a lot of money if I hadn't had the truck to write off.
Right.
You know, so that's why I formed the company, man. And then now when I approach the libraries, a lot of times if I don't approach it as Clockwize Entertainment. I just approach it as, hey, I'm Martin, da-da-da. But they see the Clockwize music at Gmail or whatever. And then when I'm getting paid, of course they pay the company,
right?
You know, and then my BMI and all that is set up.
Yeah,
my publishing.
Yeah,
but
the IPI numbers.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
Y'all know about. Oh, y'all better know about that.
Yes, yes. IPI numbers.
IPI. Because I'm with BMI too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
IPIs.
Yeah, and you know, I joined BMI back in 90, early 90s, I think. And I did it because it was free.
Free?
Yeah.
I did the same thing because it was free. Yeah. I'm not paying ASCAP. I was like, he got to pay you how much? No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Free.
Man. So I joined BMI. and, you know, I've heard, now I don't know if this is true because I've never been with ASCAP, but I know a couple people that switched to BMI because they said they weren't getting, like when I first got in the sync, there was a buddy of mine who produces. He got me into it. And so we had the same, we put our songs together for project and gave it to him. Yeah. And so his payments in ASCAP were lower than mine in BMI. So he was like, and that went on for like 2 years. So he said, man, I'm switching. Because we had the same,
same percentage splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same placements. And his was lower. And I didn't see his statement or nothing.
Right.
But so ASCAP, I don't know what's up with that.
ASCAP was good. Like,
yeah.
Y'all giving out lower payments?
Yeah. But that's what he said. And then a couple years ago, somebody else said the same thing. He switched to BMI. And so just a little tidbit, I don't know.
Yeah, I got BMI because it was free.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was like, I need to sign up, with, a PRO. And I researched them all and I was like, I got to pay you how much?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'll be free, bet.
Yeah. And I almost got with CSAC.
Invitation.
Yeah. And so I went down to the office, met with the guy and let him hear some stuff. And he was like, all right, we'll sign you up, but you got to get out of the agreement with BMI. And so, it's only a time frame.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that at the time.
I did. Man.
Yeah. And so he said, I'm going to give you a letter that you could give to BMI. So I was about to do it and I hit him back like, months later or whatever. And he had left CSAC. So I just like, forget it.
It's probably my guy.
Huh?
So it's probably my guy that my brother who was at CSAC he's not at CSAC anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah. Did he go in the gospel?
This
guy went in the gospel.
He went in the gospel?
I think he worked for a gospel label.
I don't know. But my guy, his name's Greg, but.
No, that's it.
Yeah. But there's a window. There's a window.
Yeah, and I didn't understand.
What you can get out of it.
How the hell? What does this mean?
It's a window where you can get out of it, right? I didn't know that. And I didn't know that had renewed because I was at a point where I was going to the ASCAP. Literally, I want to say that the ASCAP may come back. I guess, never mind. But I was going to the ASCAP music conferences and all that, and they were, preaching ASCAP. I was like, bet, I'm coming to ASCAP.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that my window with BMI to get out of it from a contract perspective had already passed.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we your contract has been renewed for, for the next 2-3 years. I was like, what? Wait.
Right.
What? They're like, yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
If you don't, oh man.
Yeah.
So I can't go to ASCAP. And I was like, whatever. So I just stayed with BMI all these years.
Yeah.
Just been with BMI. But that's fun.
Which is cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I don't have any gripes about BMI.
Me neither.
And they system. And how I can log in and see everything.
Yeah, with the dashboard. Yeah.
Go in and see everything. You know.
Do you have publishing with them?
Publishing with them too.
Yeah. Same here.
The only thing that's missing out of there is royalties. Like, because I don't really produce like that. I got a lot of production equipment.
Yeah.
But production isn't my main thing. I like it. It's probably more of a hobby than an actual pursuit.
Right.
And my family's always asking me, why are you buying that then? Well, you got 4 MPCs.
Yeah.
And you're not making any music with. I'm like, yeah, but I like the gear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got an MPC, a Live 2, which is sitting over there. I got a Live 2. I got an X, a 1, a Key 37, a Machine.
Yeah,
I got a Machine Jam. I had a Push. I sold it.
Really?
Thinking about getting one back. But because I'm looking back at Ableton, like, I think I want to use you for a while. So I'm thinking about getting the Push. I just like gear though.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. I like gear.
Yeah, that's a lot of people like that. Gearheads.
I'm a gearhead.
Yeah.
And I do like I like gear. So I gotta stop. Oh gosh.
Like all the lights.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a gear person. I got anyway.
Yeah.
7 cameras.
I saw these cameras.
I do. And I'm like
wow, yeah.
But I do it for a reason, because these cameras stay. These cameras don't move. I keep them exactly where they are. Then I have 2 cameras that I take out with me when I actually go shoot stuff. So if I'm doing like an interview and I just need a 2 camera, boom, I got the 2 cameras. I ain't got to take these off the wall. These stay right where they at. I ain't got to. Only thing I got to do is change this position, because sometimes people who sit in the chair are taller or shorter. Yeah. So I got to raise it up and raise it down. Boom. Outside of that, they stay exactly where they at.
That's what's
and
up.
I ain't got to move them to go nowhere. But so where do you envision Clockwize going from here? Where do you see your company in the next 5 years in relationship to music and sync?
I want to start scoring films. I want to get.
That's dope.
I haven't had any. I want to do trailers, music for trailers, like Marvel. I mean, like that type of stuff. And I'm gonna get it. It's gonna happen.
Do you know the Fingers?
No.
Marcus Manderson?
Wait a minute. Yes.
Yeah. Because he does trailers.
He does.
Trailers.
You know what? I was just communicating with him. He had put out a post looking for country. And so I shot him some stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, we can collab."
Yeah, he does trailers.
That's right.
Yeah, my guy right there. He does trailers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he does. He does some trailers though.
That's right.
It's real cinematic trailer type stuff. Disney.
Yeah, that's
Marvel type. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
man.
that's the Fingers.
Man,
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta get. Yes, sir. But you asked me in the beginning, even before we got on this camera, how long ago did I start this thing? And it probably was about 5 years ago when I actually started this whole We Create Music TV, interviewing people and all that stuff. But I started it for very selfish reasons.
What is it?
So I can meet people.
Hey,
that's
what it's about.
That's what it's about. I figured, like, okay, I'm nice on the production.
Yeah.
I ain't that nice. I'm nice though, right? But I wanted to meet a whole lot of people. How can I make songs and how can I meet artists to get on my songs? Why not just interview them?
Yeah.
Why not? Like I'll buy some camera equipment, invite people over and just interview them and make a connection. And now it's like I become a plug to like all types of stuff. Like somebody be like, hey, I'm like, oh, my man Gene down in Florida? They were like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, I met a lot of people. bro. Like
That's what's up, man.
so. But yeah, I did do it for selfish reasons.
But that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Networking.
So scoring films.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel, cinematic.
Yeah, man. I want to do Marvel, the big films.
Mm.
Big films on Disney. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get there, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I know when it happens, I'll be ready. You know what I mean? With the production and everything. I mean, I'm cool with it now, but because that's what I compare when I'm doing something. That's what I compare myself to, is the stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, does it sound like that? Is it mixed right? Is the production right? Do the strings sound real? You know, does this sound sound like something Jay-Z would get on? You know, and you got to think like that, because that's the competition. You know,
there's a lot of people.
Man,
a lot of people in sync because it is because artists and working with artists is crazy. So they were like, I'd rather work with companies who are actually going to pay me than try to work with an artist who are going to try to nickel and dime me.
Right. And that's what I got tired of, man. When I was down here, you know, it was like dealing with first the artists and all their little crazy ways. And then you got to deal with management. You got to deal with the label. They don't want to pay you. And I'm like, man, it's got to be something else that I could do. And sync wasn't on my radar. And the friend that I told you got me into sync, he called me and was like, hey, man, you want to submit to some reality shows, music for reality shows? Right. I was like, yeah, what's up with that? You know, and because I started in 2006 doing sync.
Okay.
2005. And he was like, they need a whole bunch of tracks for these reality shows. But he said, the only thing is you got to give up your publishing. I was like, And,
what?
Yeah, and I was like, man, you know, Prince said I should own my. You know,
he did.
You know what I'm saying? Prince said I should own my stuff, and then he was like, all right, man. He said, but look at it like this. He said, how many songs you got on you? I said, a couple hundred. He was like, how long they been on there?
I'm like, how long they been there?
You know, have you made any money? I said, all right, I see what you come.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, let's try it. And so we did like 80 songs, 80 tracks that we already had. I have 40, he had 40.
Man.
And submitted them. And I didn't know anything about formatting for film and TV. He just said, make it 2 minutes long, around 2 minutes, make it have a hard stop on the one. He said, it can't
be ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't know nothing about this thing. And he said, just a hard stop, man, on the one and no fade outs. I was like, all right. And I got we got all them tracks placed. And then
notice he said they got all those tracks placed.
Yeah. All
it's 80.
80. Off the first time.
The first thing, right? 80.
The first
crazy.
80. 80, dude. And then, we did that for a couple years. And so then I was like, after the royalties started coming in, it wasn't a lot at first, it was trickling in. But I was like, cool, I can just sit in my bedroom, create beats.
That's perfect for
and send it off. I don't have to go hang out with nobody, deal with nobody's manager, and nothing. And I said, this is it right here.
Yeah. And
so I just started doing that and networking, more. I went to a gaming conference in San Francisco trying to get music for video games. Because once I got a taste of that, I was like, oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
God dog.
Yeah,
like
boy.
And I was like, I gotta do some more games. Like,
yeah. The homie Jay Nolan, he got his song Splash was in NBA 2K.
Oh, really?
Whatever year.
Yeah.
Right. It had to be recent because we did the Sync Master thing, and I think it was 2023 or something. Whatever the year. I don't know any of the game. I don't play any of those. I play Call of Duty. Right. I'm a Call of Duty guy. But he was talking about how many copies that game sold.
Yeah.
I was like, can you imagine doing that on an album? You probably would never get that on an album.
Yeah. Now, did he get royalties or did he just pay them once?
I don't know. Well, I should know because he talked about it on the Sync Master thing. So y'all go join the community so you can go watch and find out if he if he got publishing on the back or if he got just paid up for it. But the song was used. Oh man,
a lot.
Yes, sir.
But for the first one I did, they just paid me a sync fee, and that was it. Which, hey, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine, depending on how much the sync fee was.
Yeah, man. And this was the first game I did. It was like $40,000, and I was like, and this is when I'm broke, man.
Right, I'm like $40,000. Like,
man, I can catch up my child support and buy me some utensils and
some dishes.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, I'm good. $40,000.
Yeah. And so and then I did a lot of independent games after that, which paid $5,000 here, $2,000 here, $10,000 here, like that.
Think about it. You're getting. It's not like you're working a 9 to 5 where every 2 weeks you're getting paid, right? And you got to slave away for you probably are, but you're making music. You're doing something you love. You're in the confines of your home, an environment that you want to be in, and you're sending out, all the songs you're making, and people are picking. Oh, this is 5. This is 2. This is 10.
Right.
This is 15. And by the time you look up, you're like, oh, I'd have made $60,000.
Right.
Off of 8 songs that got placed in. Based upon from the sync fee. And you're like, where am I going to make $60,000? That's a year salary. That's right. In a couple of months.
Yeah.
If that's how it works out, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
So, man. So I got 2 more questions for you.
Yeah.
So you titled your hypothetical book, Dreams Come True. My man's like, yo, he did his
hey, wow.
What the heck?
Oh, wow.
So what does that title mean to you now? Right now, at this moment, what does that mean to you?
Man, it means the dreams come true. Because, like I said, when I was living in Ohio, I stopped doing music because I was like, how am I going to get anywhere?
Right.
And I'm taking care of 2 kids. We had 2 kids, and it was just, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, ever thought that through music I would have what I have now. And that's not even, because I got a full studio at the crib, but I'm talking about that because that's something I always wanted. You don't need a full studio. You can sit there on your laptop and make beats.
Right.
But it's something I wanted since I was in junior high school. A studio with a vocal booth and, everything. I wanted that, man. And not only that, I was able to help out my family members that needed it. And my kids, I can, I got 4 grandkids.
I got 2.
Yeah. And so I can, we went on a trip to Disney. I paid for it. I never thought I'd be able to do that. You know what I mean? And for me, that's where I get my satisfaction is being able to do stuff for them, and because I want to give them what my parents gave me, mentally, and took care of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, dreams come true, man. It takes work, and it may not happen the way you want it to happen.
That's facts.
Because I wanted to be this big producer, producing, that's why I had all them songs on my hard drive. And dude was like, dude, how long they been on your hard drive? I didn't think I was going to get into film and TV. It wasn't even on my radar, man. It happened. And I went in that direction and I loved it, man. And so dreams come true. Like I said, it may not happen the way you want it to happen. And I think it's important to treat people right, man. Because I've been stroked before, man. and it hurts.
Mm.
You know,
Right.
it hurts, man. And I don't want to do that to anybody. It comes back on you, man.
Oh, it gonna come back.
You know, and I've seen it.
way.
I've seen it come back.
Yes, sir.
To people who did me wrong. I've seen it.
It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back. So, you know, do right, you know, and you better sleep at night.
Mm.
You know, even
right.
You know, I don't help people for them to say thank you, or I help them because I needed that help before.
Mm.
You know, and it was people, man, I had people that I thought I was cool with. One guy, I'm not gonna mention their name, but he had a friend that worked with Tyler Perry.
Mm.
He's like, yo, Martin, this was back in the day. He's like, I'll introduce you to somebody who works with Tyler Perry. I'm like, cool, man, yeah, da. It's gonna, you know, but it's gonna cost $1,200. I'm like, what?
Why does it cost $1,200?
Because he's hooking me up, I guess, with somebody who works with Tyler Perry. Can't even hooking me up with Tyler Perry. And I'm like, for one thing, I don't have the money.
Right.
And if I did, I ain't paying you for that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna, man.
But you do know, but what's really weird, so we do a podcast too. So on Wednesdays we do interviews, Fridays we do podcasts.
Mm.
And on one of our podcast episodes, we were talking about Praz from Fugees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how Praz got indicted because for espionage, being a spy.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. My man, yes.
A spy for who?
A spy for China or somebody.
What?
Yes. Oh gosh, yeah. Bro, go look at that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I am, man.
Right. But in there, it talks about this super wealthy guy paid Praz so that this wealthy guy can meet Obama.
Really?
Yeah. And Praz was the medium so that this gentleman could meet Obama, took pictures and everything, but he met him. And that introduction was supposed to be the catalyst to whatever this guy wanted to achieve.
Mm.
But Praz said that when they asked him, they was like, that didn't seem weird. He was like, no. He said, because I'm now at this level, and I'm thinking this is how they conduct business, is that they pay money to be introduced to influential people that they probably couldn't get in contact with. And so they do pay them a lot of money.
Really?
Yes.
So is that what he got in trouble for?
Well,
or part of it?
Well, part of it, because when you read the article, it was crazy because he talked about when he went to the hotel and he went to go ask the front desk, and the front desk was like, yeah, just go outside, wait a couple of minutes, come back, say the magic word, whatever that is. And he said when he came back and he did that, a secret elevator, they took him to like the secret elevator, and he went up, and inside the secret, the room were like these dignitaries.
Really?
And he was like, yo, who these? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And he was like, they were making deals, and yeah. Oh, so yeah. So the government came and was like, hey, you a spy, bro. We know, we seen you. We've been tracking you to figure out. Yeah. Go look at that. Oh man.
That's crazy.
But he was like, that's how rich people meet other rich people.
Paying them.
Paying
somebody to make the connection.
Make the connection.
Yeah, I didn't have no money.
But it'd be crazy if you're not a guy who works with Tyler Perry. But
somebody who works with Tyler Perry.
Like, what does work with mean?
Does that mean he's sweeping his floors?
Exactly.
You know?
What does work with mean?
Yeah.
Right?
And I was just like, man. And then, you know, I thought me and dude was cool. So I guess, you know, I just felt like if something go down, I'm going to look out for you. And that's just what I do, you know, and I've hooked several people up. And I don't want nothing in return. Just if there's an opportunity that you think that I would benefit from, then reach out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I got certain group of people, artists and writers that I work with, and that's what they do. That's what I do for them. You know, without, hey man, it's going to cost you $100.
$1,200.
I was like, dude, I don't have no $12. I don't have 200. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. So in the same vein of what you're talking about, is there any additional advice that you would give to indie producers, artists, people looking to get into the sync world, that advice you would give them, or any myths that you would debunk about getting into the sync world?
Um, so, some advice, I would try not to use samples or copyright free whatever splice, because
Track lib.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nah.
yeah. Even though they say it's copyright free, the music supervisors don't want that in there, you know. But now there's some libraries that's cool with that. Actually, there's one library that I get briefs from that they say in each brief it's okay to use splice samples. I'm like, what?
Dang.
So I'm
Send them to
like,
me. I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna throw some splice in there, man. Some drums, boom, here you go.
Right,
Placement, baby.
I'm like, wow. But I would say, you know, try to. That's if you want to deal with the Nickelodeons and the Disney, Paramount, the Warner Brothers, because they ain't going for that, you know. But now that, like I said, there's libraries who that's cool with, and also try to go around the library. It's hard because you have to build a relationship with whoever is in the network. Working for that network, you know, because man, and I get it, you know, the libraries take 50% of the sync fee and all that, but not dealing with a net. The libraries take 50% of the sync fee, but if you deal straight with the network, you get all of it. Get all of it.
All of it.
And but you gotta you have to, you know, build that relationship with whoever it is your contact is, and you splice samples, because they don't, you know, you're dealing with people like that. They don't want
they want no problems.
Right.
Problems. I want no problems.
Right.
When things happen, I don't want no problems.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
yeah.
And I would say quality over quantity. Because again, dealing with the big boys, they want quality. You don't know how many times, man, I've done stuff with a contact, and he has other producers that he's submitting, and he'll reach out and say, "Hey, man, can you mix their stuff?" I'm like, it's gonna cost.
Yeah, for a fee.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna cost a little something, but yeah, I'll do it. But that's because, you know, I mix, and that's something I had to learn to do, is mixing. Because when I was with the production company, you know, the main engineer was mixing the owner's stuff. So, and this was outboard gear that he used, so I had to learn how to use that. And he would let me sit in there with him, the engineer, and he loved to talk and tell everything he does. So I was
of course
taking notes, like,
they do.
So quality over quantity. Make sure your stuff sounds good, man. And that'll put you ahead of it, you know, because like you said, it's a lot of people trying to do it, and that's one thing that will put you ahead of others, is your stuff sounds like it's mixed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sounds mixed, man. I did a project for and I'm not gonna say who it was, because then they'll know who I'm talking about.
Right.
But it was a big network, and there were two other producers. Yeah, there were two other producers submitting, and myself, through this contact that we had. And I said, let me hear, because being from the old school, you know, we're supposed to do an album, or we were trying to get an album deal, and a sync album deal. And so how I came up back in the day, you know, you want the album to flow.
Yeah.
You want it all to sound. Yeah. And so I was like, can I hear what they're doing? You know, just a snippet, ask other producers. And he was like, why? I said, because, and I told him, man, everything has to kind of flow,
Be
bro.
cohesive.
Yeah. And so I submitted my 3 songs. The next producer submitted his 3. The next producer submitted his 4. And I heard the stuff. He let me hear some snippets. And I told my wife, I said, you hear that? My wife ain't aware of mixing and all that. But I'm like, you hear it? I'm playing everything for like, you hear this? And she's like, yeah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm like, this sounds like crap. And so I did my thing. And so the head of music came back. The contact came back and said, Martin, which songs did you submit? I told him the names. He was like, man, she wanted all the songs to be like yours. Those 3. And it's cause quality. And so I ended up doing like 2 more songs on the album. And it's about quality. You know.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And patience. and you're gonna be told no a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be told no a lot.
That's right.
Don't let it get you
thick
down.
Skin.
Yeah. Just take it.
Yeah. Take it. Okay, cool. On to the next one. Okay,
Right.
cool. On to the next one.
Right.
As soon as you allow that no to sink in and you think it's personal, oh my gosh, it's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like, I'm the dopest producer in the world. And they're like, nah. Your ego already took a hit and then taking another hit and another hit and another hit. And you're like, man.
And stay humble. People always need to realize that it's a continuous growing process, producing or writing. Like I said, when I first came down here to Atlanta, I thought I was dope producer. So we're in the studio and these young boys come in. And there was some artists there and everybody's playing their stuff for him. And these young dudes, man, their stuff was tight. I was like, dang. Then they had like 3 and 4 hard drives of dope material. And I'm like, God, dog. I said, and I had this ego, and I'm like, God, dog, I need to go back to the drawing board.
Oh man, I understand how you feel. Trust me, I understand how you feel. I was in the studio with Justice League, and boy, everybody was playing some stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm not playing nothing. Nope. No.
Yeah, man.
Because boy, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, I'm nice.
Right.
But I ain't that nice.
Right.
And there's people there that's nice with it. I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh, no thank you.
You be thinking, how
good.
did they come up with that?
I'm good. That's just why I do this. Y'all be nice with that. I'll be nice with this.
Yeah.
Right? Man. So Martin, where can people find you? How can they connect with you? Yeah.
On Instagram, it's Clockwize Music, and Clockwize is spelled with a Z. On X, I don't know if anybody's still on X. It's Clockwize Music, Clockwize with a Z. On LinkedIn, I think it's Martin Crosby.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how they can get in touch. And I try to respond,
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in. You never know. You can make a song and boom.
Yeah. I'm always looking for someone to,
Because that's how Clint and I started working together. So Clint came out with a pack, right? Which I thought was still genius though, right? He does sync licensing, but he creates these like piano packs and stuff like that that he sells, right?
Yeah.
I did a review on one of them.
Oh, really?
He heard it. He was like, yo, send that to me.
Oh,
he was
really?
like, yo, I like that. He was like, send that to me right now. And he went and added more stuff into it. He was like, I'm about to put the singer on it. We about to submit this. It was a Christmas song.
Yeah.
I'm about to submit it. I was like, bet, do your thing.
Yeah.
He was like, but it was because I did a review.
Right.
Of his piano pack. And he heard it and was like, yo, you got to figure out ways to do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Martin had packs of pianos and stuff, shoot, hey, maybe I'll find it and but I can do a review. Like Martin, look, I made this with your pack, right? Like, what's up?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And it was like 20 just piano.
Yeah, just loops.
Yeah, just loops.
Yeah.
That you could use. And he has a whole bunch of them, piano pack 1 and through through 6, and then
Right.
super leads and just different, Clint's sync midis, and you're just
yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I'll do a review. I didn't do it for him to do that. I just did it because I wanted to do a review.
Right.
And so he was like, oh yeah, send that to me.
Oh, that's what's
we
up.
about to turn this into a whole Christmas song.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, bet.
Wow.
Do it.
That's
He's like, you
dope.
better get a sync placement. I was like, bet. Let's go. I need it.
Yeah.
But man, Martin, it has been a pleasure, my guy.
Same here.
Hope you enjoyed the interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens in your career with Clockwize, and in a couple of years from now, seeing hearing those cinematic scores in the movies. Oh, music produced by.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna see it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna say it right here because I like this platform, and I will say on this platform, we gonna be prophetic, and we're gonna say it is right.
Yes, sir.
Because I remember having a homie on here. We were talking about him winning the Grammy. And I was like, it ain't gonna happen in the next couple of years, bro. I said, but by year 4,
yeah,
you got it.
Yeah.
He got it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
he got it. And I called him when I saw he won. I was like, whoa, what's up? He was like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, it happened. Right? He was like, it happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we talked about it right here on the Indie Unplugged.
Yeah.
But man, Martin, it's a pleasure, my guy.
Thank
Appreciate you having here.
It was worth the drive.
Worth the drive. That's what I like to hear. Worth the drive. And so I'll come up there when we do the Sync Masters thing.
Bet.
So
That'll work.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate you being here with us on the Indie Unplugged. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to connect. Make sure to go to support what we do here on the platform. And I appreciate you. Peace.
Peace.